Welcome back. Today I'm going to be talking about solving inequalities. There's a blank PDF you can take notes on if you have a printer. If not, just use a blank piece of paper. So let's get started. Just to review, the inequality symbols are less than, which looks like your left hand, greater than looks like your right hand, and then less than or equal to and greater than or equal to. That's when you have the little line underneath. So we're going to solve some problems with those symbols. The first kind of question you could see is an inequality word problem. So it looks like a lot of reading. Let's go to our choices. I see that choices 1 and 2 have 160x and 3 and 4 have 175x. Let's take a look in our problem for some of those numbers. I see strawberries are 160, and looking a little closer, I see strawberries goes with the letter X. So I'm looking for choices that have 160 and X together, and that means 3 and 4 cannot be my answers. So looking at choices 1 and 2, the only differences that I see are those inequality symbols, less than and equal to or greater than or equal to. So I'm going to look a little closer. It says, oh, she only has $10 to spend. So if you only have $10, you can spend exactly 10, or you can spend less than 10. So I'm looking for the choice that has the less than symbol, and that would be choice 1. Okay. If you're given an algebra problem with an inequality symbol, you solve it just like any equation, trying to get x by itself. So I want to get rid of that plus 5. The opposite of plus 5 is minus 5, both sides. Cancel out your opposites, and you're going to bring down anything you didn't cancel. I see I have x divided by 3. The opposite of dividing by 3 is multiplying by 3 on both sides. So my 3's cancel. I'm going to bring down. X is greater than 15. Now it's not equal to 15, it's greater than 15. So think about your number line. I'm looking for numbers that are greater than 15. So you could think of 15 as like a boundary, and then everything greater than that. So 16, 17, 18, and so on. Okay, if you're given a multiple choice question that involves solving an inequality, there's really no trick on the calculator. You're going to have to solve this by hand. So I want x by itself. I want to get rid of that plus 2 first. So the opposite of plus 2 is minus 2. Cancel out your opposites. Bring everything down. 58 minus 2 is 56. I have x times 7. The opposite of multiplying by 7 is dividing by 7. So I'm going to cancel out my 7's, and I bring everything down. And my final answer would be x is greater than or equal to 8. Now you might be thinking like, oh, fantastic, I see the number 8, let me circle it. However, this is an inequality, so it's a little bit more involved. So really, x is greater than or equal to 8 means that we have 8 as a solution. We also have 9, 10, 11, and 12, and 13. So it looks like we want the number that's actually not a solution. So 12 is a solution, 10 is a solution, 8 is a solution, 6 is the only one that's not a solution, so that would be my answer. Okay, let's try another one. So this is another multiple choice inequality question, which means you kind of have to solve the inequality by hand. The beginning of this question looks super complicated. Luckily, we don't need any of that information. Just go ahead and cross that out. I want to find the solution. So I have negative 2 being multiplied by x minus 5. So I'm going to distribute negative 2 times x and negative 2 times negative 5, which gives me positive 10. Want to get x by itself. The opposite of plus 10 would be minus 10. So I subtract 10 on both sides, cancel out my opposites, and I bring everything down. I didn't cancel. And I have negative 2 times x. The opposite of multiplying by negative 2 is dividing by negative 2. But there's a rule with inequalities. If you multiply or divide by a negative number, you have to flip your inequality symbol. So the opposite of less than is greater than. So when I divide by negative 2 on both sides, I end up with x is greater than 0. So look at my choices. I'm looking for numbers that are actually greater than 0, which really means 1, 2, 3, 4. So I eliminate choice 1, I go with choice 2, and that's how you solve negative inequalities. Good work.